what would you give the draft for the 49ers this year between a grade of A to F?
I would say a B plus. That's what I would give them. A solid B plus. Yeah. And I think a lot of us were disappointed because we all wanted to see that big wide receiver, Dorial Green Beckham get picked for us. But
did you also want a cornerback?
Yeah, I thought we were going to be taking Marcus Peters, but we went with Eric Armstead instead.
Are you listening? Damn.
3 words, Justin Smith. Why? We're waiting. We're waiting, Justin. We're watching to come back. Maybe we need to beg him. Please, get down on our knees. It's bothering everybody. We want Justin to play. It's a Super Bowl year in our house. Justin needs to be there. Okay, let's relax. How about we go talk about something more pleasant, like the new rookies?
Ronbo!
Hey, MC Niner, where you been, man?
Yeah, it's springtime, Ronbo. The ladies is in heat, bruh. I'm a man in demand, you understand. I did hear about you already with the new man crush on that rookie Trent just picked up, Jaquaski Tart.
Ooh, I like the way that boy lay at the smacker down.
Well, you need to wait to see how he looks in the pro set before you start drooling. Laying out a college boy and a pro is 2 different things.
That's true. Who do you like?
For me, right now, I'm a huge Baldoza fan. Dude brings 3 skill sets to the table.
Well, I thought it was only 2.
Wrong. QB, TE, and big. 6'6" and 252, and he's got skills, Ronbo. The boy is the Dwight Clark and Dave Casper all in one body.
Ooh.
That's my dog, bruh. Hey, I got to go, Ronbo. Got a kitty named Purr waiting out in the car. I'll see you later.
Say what? A kitty named Purr? We may not see him all summer long then if he's going to be that busy. Anyway, let's get on to the Niner camp. I want your opinion on who you like in this year's rookie class. Here we are, back with another member of the 49er fam. His name is Adolfo. Adolfo, hello.
Hey, Ronbo, how you doing, man?
Magnificent, man, because we were through the draft already, and now it's on into the season. Adolfo, where are you calling me from, man?
I'm calling you from Seaside, California.
California, Monterey Bay. All right.
Close, man.
I grew up in Salinas, California, bro.
Oh, nice. The salad bowl. Yeah.
There it is. All right, 49ers. The draft is over. Everybody's not satisfied. Some of us have learned to live with what's happened. But Adolfo, you've got some special situation where you've got 2 versus 2. 2 goodies, 2 things that could have been done better. Where do you want to start with this?
I want to take it to Blake Bell, the tight end that we drafted.
Okay.
We picked him up in the 4th round, and he's nicknamed the Belldozer. I really like this guy. And the reason why is because this guy is huge. He's 6'6", 252 pounds. And I think if we give him the time to develop, he can be a good red zone target for us in the future, for sure. And he also has, I feel like, the potential to be our own Jimmy Graham in a way. And let me give you some stats to compare. So, for example, when they first went into the combine, Bell was the guy that we drafted. He was 6'6", 250 pounds. Jimmy Graham was 6'6", 260 pounds. In their college career, Bell had 16 catches, 214 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And Jimmy Graham had 17 catches, 213 yards, and 5 touchdowns.
Ooh.
So they were very close.
And remember, too, that you point out the Belldozer is also a QB. So I've got all kind of gadget plays and gimmicks I think that would really work running with him. Because now we're talking about a dual threat guy at all times. You don't always have to throw to him. I already see Cap faking a handoff and going back to his tight end. As long as he's in rear position, now it makes him eligible as a receiver, and he can hit him. We can lateral in that case. But the thing is, now if you've got Torrey Smith racing downfield, this guy's got an arm, I understand. He can. They've already drawn the defense in. Boom! Bell hits him with it in stride and into the end zone.
Yeah, man. No, for a touchdown every time.
I love it. That's the Belldozer. Now, who's your other guy?
The other guy that I really like was Jaquaski.
You actually got that right, and your first one was right. And most people stumble on it.
But yeah, I really like this guy, and the biggest reason why is because he's Jimmy Ward's best friend.
Yeah.
So if he gets on the field, it's probably going to be in situational plays, but I feel like their chemistry, you know, over their lifespan, it's really gonna show off on the football field. And he's just another freak that we drafted. He's huge, and if you see some of his when he's running the 40-yard dash, he's just so big and bulky. And he looks like a monster, man. I really like this guy for sure.
And he hits hard. Now, people are calling him Cam Newton, but there are
Cam Chancellor.
Yeah, Cam Chancellor, Cam Newton. Cam Newton's never hit anybody.
Yeah, I was like,
he gets hit on a regular basis. But Cam Chancellor, and in that case, does the name Ronnie Lott ring a bell? Because we haven't had a hard-hitting safety like that since Lott. You know what I think too? In this case, he could actually back up the linebacking position to give it a little bit of extra juice. Because as you know, we're missing maybe an all-star linebacker. But you stick Tart just in the right position could make a difference. Who's your other guy? You had two guys you like. Give me the two guys you don't like.
So the positions where I felt like it was kind of unnecessary is number one was the kicker position. That was a little disappointing to see. I think every fan was probably kind of scratching their heads on that one. But what I've read is I guess that Andy Lee might be a little expensive in the coming years, and that's probably why they decided to go kicker. But I felt like they probably could have found a free agent somewhere that might have been, you know, a little bit better used, and we could have used that pick on something else, like on a corner, for example, or another wide receiver. So I think that kicker pick was a little weird in my head. Yeah, I don't know how you feel about that kicker, Ronbo.
Downright bizarre. And, you know, here's the thing. Just like you pointed out, he could have been picked up in any number of ways. It wasn't necessary to pull him out in the draft. What I am hearing is this, that this guy's got a leg that can kick 60 yards almost without an effort.
Wow, that's right.
But that amazes me because if that's true, then somebody should have picked him up even before we got a shot that late in the draft, because that kind of commodity is one of the most valuable things in the league. You can lose games if you don't have a good kicker. So if Pena's got that kind of a leg, somebody may be losing their job this year in San Francisco.
Right.
And Dawson, I understand Dawson's getting up there, so maybe they're planning for the future, but I don't know how a guy who kicks just sits on the bench unless he's going to be alternating back and forth with somebody. We're going to have to wait and see on that one, bro.
Yeah, no, it's a little weird for sure. And like you said, I think it has a lot to do with Phil Dawson. I know that he definitely went down in regards to his field goal percentages last year for us. So I feel like if Andy Lee doesn't get replaced, it might be Phil Dawson for sure.
Okay, you got another ridiculous pick or somebody else you didn't like, huh?
I think the second tight end that we picked out, I think he goes by Busta is his nickname. Yeah.
Rory.
I mean,
Rory Busta, yeah.
Yeah. He was, I just don't understand. We already have, you know, I think it's like 3 tight ends and Vance McDonald, Derek Carrier, and I think Selleck is his last name.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if they're just trying to create competition at the position or what it may be. But like I said, we probably could have picked up a corner, which we didn't pick up at all in this draft, or another wide receiver to compete for that third spot. I just didn't see why we need to get another tight end when we already have at least Derek Carrier in my mind. I think he's a good guy that we have right now. I just feel like we could have gone somewhere else with that pick as well.
My theory on this is that Vernon Davis, this is his last year, right? Now, in this case, if his price is too big next year come negotiation time, they're going to let Davis walk because of the fact that he'll be 31 or 32 years old.
Right.
Now, if you pick up enough tight ends, as Trent has, you can see, overdone it, we must have about 5 or 6 TEs now. Out of all of them, you're going to maybe pick up 3. There's going to be some guys leaving possibly in camp this year, I predict, and maybe next year. But Bell is staying, I'm sure, and Roy, actually, Busta's pretty good, actually. I think he'll end up staying too. And between Carrier and McDonald, one of those guys is staying, and maybe both. I possibly see 4 TEs staying on the squad, and the rest being released. So overall, what would you give the draft for the 49ers this year between a grade of A to F?
Oh man, I would say a B+. That's what I would give him. A solid B+. Yeah.
All right. So you did enjoy some of those picks then. All right.
Yeah, I think it obviously had a lot to do with defense for sure.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of us were disappointed because we all wanted to see that big wide receiver, Dorial Green Beckham get picked for us. But I mean, if it didn't happen, it didn't happen, and they know more than we do. I'm guessing. So we'll see how it goes next year with those big receivers, but we should be good.
Did you also want a cornerback?
Yeah, I thought we were going to be taking Marcus Peters, but we went with Eric Armstead instead. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Eric Armstead can be good, but I don't think he's going to be a big, impactful player for us this year. Probably in the coming years for sure, but I don't see him really that much on the field this coming year.
You know what I really find amazing? The entire Niner Empire, we all agreed on what we should have had. Eventually, we're going to figure out that Trent may know what he's doing. I got to believe he does know what he's doing. He's calculated everything he's done. And I guess we'll see the big picture come October, maybe.
Yeah.
As early as that. Who do you think is going to have the biggest impact this year out of all the rooks we picked up?
I didn't mention him, but I think it's going to be the running back that we picked up, Mike Davis. Yeah. I feel like if Hyde goes down and he gets hurt, Mike Davis might be able to step up and kind of, provide some fresh legs because I don't know if you saw any film on him, but he looks like Frank Gore in some of his highlights. He's fast, man, and he looks like he's really smart and knows the game for sure.
And runs low to the ground just like Frankie. I've watched all kind of footage on him. I love him, man. In fact, what I'd like to see, if we're going to run Hyde Hunter, and I hate to say it, but you know that Reggie Bush is going to go down at some point in the season. 49er fans, I'm just saying, Reggie goes down every year. I don't know that this year is going to be different. But when that happens, Davis steps in. I don't have a problem with that because I understand he's good coming out of the backfield as well. So we got that to look forward to as well.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. I'm excited. We'll see what he does.
All right. Your prediction. How many games are we going to win this year, Adolfo?
Man, I got to say we're going to win every single game next year. So that's just the Niner faithful speaking, man.
I don't have any problem with it. I don't even want you to change that. Leave it at that.
Yeah.
Niners 16-0 this year. And we go into the playoffs and we don't lose a single round right into the Super Bowl. We take over where the records left off and we go undefeated from the beginning of the season all the way to Super Bowl end. Hawks fans, get ready to bow and kowtow.
Yeah. And Aaron Lynch is coming for all those Hawk fans too, man. They got to get ready.
That the truth? He's already threatened them, man.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait. You got to give the Nine a holler, man. Are you ready for that?
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
Niners!
Adolfo! Thanks for joining me, Adolfo. You the man, dude. Meanwhile, I'll be discussing this with you on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Count me out.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have any secrets.
Oh, this you crazy mother.